ioEther. I got this.
Hey folks, it's ioEther. I'm back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is a Danish Bacon in his Conqueror, and it's a tier 9 game on Fiery Salient, otherwise known as Fiery Salient. Anyways, I'm never gonna be able to pronounce it. This is of course a standard game, and anyone else notice I've been on Fiery Salient slash whatever this map is actually called, Kick? Yeah. It's not really on purpose. I just I keep finding awesome games and they just happen to be on this map. But anyways, yeah, the enemy team is mostly tank destroyers, so oddly enough, Danish Bacon is not particularly happy with this. I don't know why. It's not like he's in a paper thin armor tank for the most part. It's you know. Before we get started, as always, please do hit that like button. Please also tell your friends about it if you want the channel to grow. That's the best way. And that's a dead 1375 because he did dumb. And of course, you can head on over to my Patreon account. I am going to pause right here before you hurt this poor Emil. To say two things. First off, if you guys heard about the horrible windstorm that Rochester had and want to know more about that, then go watch yesterday's game, the Object 140 game, and I talk in length about that. I won't go over it again because I went over it last video, and I do, however, want to go over my Patreon thing. I currently have a vote up on Patreon to see if you guys want me to start posting some desktops, some desktop pics of my thumbnails. I draw them at 1920 by 1080, and then I just shrink them down to make them into the thumbnails. But so if any of you guys want those, then go ahead and head on over to my Patreon account and just hit the yes button or the whatever. Vote in bold, please. It should be open to the public, and they're just going to be free to download to the public once I start doing them, if I start doing them. So yeah, that's all I want to say as we bounce a shot from the Emil and then shoot it in return. And so of course, because our turret is much better at that sort of thing than his is, and Bacon probably had a couple of seconds to get a shot in there, but he didn't take it, and instead he well, that doesn't look right. So apparently, interesting. So we've done 3 points of damage, and we've blocked 2 shots, and we've done 3 assistance damage. Yeah, so we're not going to be paying much attention to that as we go on, because apparently it doesn't mean anything. Oh well. That's what I get for playing things that aren't part of the current patch. Oh well. So yeah, it's Tank Destroyer Central. So this line is just gonna be a standoff for the most part. Unless Bacon can get this middle section of the map going, this game is going to result in a long stalemate. Unfortunately, bouncing that shot off the side of the E75. It looks like the E75 rotated just in time, but more or less side-scraped that shot. I don't think it was intentional though. I don't think he was like, "Ooh, look, Bacon's about to shoot me. I'm gonna rotate right now." And he just got lucky. It also occurs to me we currently have no ammo in the gun. Oh look, a Scorpion G who doesn't understand why the E75 is not farther forward. And now he understands why the E75 is not farther forward. And the E75 thinks he can use him as cover, and we're just going to put a shot into its flank. And now the E75 is like, oh, that's a problem. And so he's going to try and sit there, which is even worse, because now he's getting hit full in the face by all the guys on the ridgeline. And, actually, I was gonna say the guy's back here, but we don't have anybody back here. Normally you have tank destroyers back here doing work, but at the current time it looks like we are probably putting the most damage into that guy. Nice shot. That was pretty much taken blind. I'm pretty sure he would have taken the shot whether or not he saw the E75. He definitely aimed the shot blind, and he fired it just as it was confirmed there was an E75 there. That was a well-placed shot, and well done. He's not going to get this before the Jag Tiger is destroyed, unfortunately. Missed his first shot, only gets one, unfortunately. Now that's about half the enemy team down. We haven't lost that many tanks, so we're going to be able to start pushing on them in a second if we want to. He's trying to get a good shot on the side of this, what is that up there? Looks like a Ripper pattern, that's the one. I was gonna get there eventually, I knew it was. Oh, look at that. Oh, I wonder how long he's been sitting there. Probably all game in the exact same spot. I'm not even certain he knows he was lit yet. Oh, he's moving, so either he knows he's lit or he just guessed he was. Either way. Wow. Yeah, so those things have amazing camo, as we found it in some of our other games. So Bacon does not want to get shot in the side by this Ripper Pen, but he does want to get up high enough that he can do damage to the guys over the top of the hill. So he has a little conundrum here. Nobody is pushing on that Ripper pattern yet. Ooh, nice job. That's even worth taking the damage from the guys on the hill in order to get that go out of there. With the Lurvag gone, that means we can push a lot harder through the middle without worrying about getting lit right away. There's no one right now here to light us, so we can do things like this with absolutely no worries at all. That Ripper pattern knows we're down here somewhere, but he doesn't know where we are. As long as he keeps waiting for us to get lit, he's going to just die. Unfortunately for us, though, we can only see the front of his turret, which is bad because it's got a gun mantle on it that will bounce most of our shells. Assuming we can hit him, which I don't think we actually have yet. Bacon decides it's not worth trying to push through an meal to a Ripper pattern and whatever else is over there. So he's just gonna switch sides. Sorry. Switch sides and push up in a place the Ripper pattern can't see him from. The downside to this is there's definitely a Scorpion G back here somewhere that definitely can see him now. There's also a WZ-120 that we haven't seen at all, which probably means he's in this bush here. No, there's the Emil. Either doesn't realize we can see him, or we're not spotted. It doesn't really matter which. If we're not spotted, it means that the scout tank is not where I thought he was, which possibly means he's AFK, or it's not a scout tank, it's a medium tank, but still. Oh no, there he is. He's over on the hill. No, is that the Ripper still? That is in fact the Ripper? I don't know. He dropped off radar before we saw what he was. It's quite possibly just the Ripper still. Oh, it has to be. There's only one dot over there. So Bacon's going to push up through these bushes, and it's in fact still the Ripper, as he's finally getting pushed on by an IS-6. And there's the J Panther 2 jumping off a cliff, trying to avoid getting surrounded. And hey, we missed a shot on the S-51, but somebody else doesn't. There's the Scorpion G right about where I thought he would be. There's the WZ-120, not where I expected him to be. He's not in fact AFK, he's just hanging back as far as he possibly can, and we're gonna shoot him for his troubles as he vanishes into the mist, but he repairs. Yep, he's down health. We're gonna shoot him one more time. Nope, as Bacon aims too high and it goes over his head, instead down into his tracks, which is where we wanted that shell to actually land. Looks like he has jumped the roadway, and he's doing with that SU-122-54 all by his lonesome. Little 54 takes him out, and that, sirs, is game. And that is how you play a Conqueror, by the way. Peeking ridge lines as much as possible, and using this turret to as much as advantage as you can. Look at all those bounces. He actually only got shot 3 times. There they are. 1, 2, 3 bounces. Not even off the front. It's because they were trying to shoot him through the cheeks of the turret, which are actually deceptively hard to shoot through. If you want to shoot through this thing, you really do need to shoot through the side of it. Trying to shoot through the front is just irritating at best. Or put one into the body if you can. I might as well say this now because I got the opportunity. This right here, when you are facing an enemy British medium or heavy, tier 6 or up, this is their ammo rack. Yeah, put a couple shots through there and turn them into a convertible. Mastery badge, ace tanker versus spotter, fighter, and fire for effect. He also gets a high caliber. As look at all that death and destruction he wielded that game. One of the J Panther 2 shot him, but he didn't return fire, unfortunately. Never actually landed a shot on that Ripper pad. Just bounced shots from the Ripper. Just over 4,000 damage done. Well played, sir. Good job in holding the middle of that map and just countering everything the enemy team threw at you. 2,000 damage block by armor and 3,000 assistance damage. Wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much for saying this in, sir. Thank you all for watching. Please do head on over to Patreon for the desktop poll, please. That would help me out quite a bit. Also, hit the like button if you have enjoyed this. You can also share with your friends to help the channel grow so we can see more and awesomer content. And, of course, you can head on over to Patreon if you just want to support the channel. That's a great way to do so. Thank you all. Have a great night. This is ioEther out.